Let's go. Come on.
Tonight, it's Live with Vince Eliot.
Live with Vince Eliot.
Tonight on Live with Vince Eliot, it's singer, author, comedian Nikki Thomas sharing her story and her newest single, Fill My Cup. And keeping the show on track, co-host Erica Mack.
Erica Mack. Who's the Mac? Let's get it.
Welcome to another Tuesday. It is Live with Vince Eliot. I am Vince Eliot, as you can see, and she is...
And she is Erica Mack. Welcome to all our viewers out there. Welcome back to another fantastic Tuesday evening. Here in Michigan, it is what? Snowing outside.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Listen, I heard that a comedian said, what'd you expect? The state is shaped like a glove.
Right. So, hey, it's what you get. It's okay. Yeah. But we want to remind all viewers to make sure that you go and subscribe to The Vince Eliot on YouTube. Please go and subscribe to The Vince Eliot on YouTube. And not only subscribe, but hit the notification sign. And
That's right.
Also like us, because liking us is very important.
Right. We like to be liked.
Right. Everybody likes to be liked. Thank you for liking us.
That's right. I'm going to get this out the way right now. Derek Chauvin is convicted on all charges. Oh, hallelujah. There is a God. Yes, I don't care if you don't like it. Listen, yes. Justice was served. I still, prayers go out to the family. I mean, nothing's going to bring them back. But, we know we was all still holding our breath, wondering whether they was going to, do the same thing, but unbelievably, well, I won't say unbelievably, but gladly, they did the right thing. Prosecution did a great job.
That they took all the information and they made a very educated and rational decision. So yes, we're very excited about that verdict.
Yeah.
But other than that,
I'm gonna get something else out the way too, real quick. Y'all see me wearing the Michigan State. Now listen, I'm gonna get all out of your feelings because I'm not a Michigan State man. I'm not really loyal to either one of them. But here's the thing. I bought this one because at the time it was on sale and I needed a hoodie. And so one of my closest friends, he is a State man, so I did it in his honor. Most of the time I'm wearing Michigan stuff. And I even went to the birth of his oldest child with Michigan gear on. And he said, I shouldn't even let you hold the baby. But that was many years ago. In the meantime, what is going on with you, Erica? How was your week?
I shouldn't let you hold the baby. Hey, people take that serious. That is a serious idea. Oh my goodness. But my week was great. I had a pretty good week. I don't do too much during the week. My husband told me I only resurrect on the weekend.
That's when you come to life.
Right. He said, during the week, you be like, oh, I'm so tired. He's like, on Friday, for some reason, you just resurrect.
It's that bowling. Oh, listen. And you,
too funny.
You were just recuperating. You just, you was sharing with us that you were recuperating from a procedure a few weeks ago. And I would think that you would have took some time off from bowling, but
I did.
You're probably coming out of the hospital like, I got to get the bowling. I got to get the bowling.
No.
Move out the way. Let me get my wheelchair and get on up here. And I'm a bowl.
I did take off. I took off like 2 weeks, basically. Mm-hmm. But yeah. So, they said I can do that.
By the way, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to know what the procedure was, she had quintuplets and she came back after 2 weeks and started bowling again after having quintuplets. Go ahead and tell your story.
Yes, I know. But it was pretty good. Weekend, I didn't do too much.
She did not have quintuplets, by the way. She didn't. Okay.
No, I was going to let you all believe that and just be like, hey, how'd you quintuplets? And I'll be like, huh? At some point. It's okay. But yeah, I didn't do too much. I bowled on Friday, had a good night on Friday. 2 more weeks of bowling is left for the season this year, just FYI. And then I end up bowling on a tournament on Sunday, which I didn't plan on doing, but someone really wanted to bowl, and so I was there. They was just asking me to bowl with them, but it so happened that they didn't bowl so well, so we didn't do that good. But yeah, that's it. Nothing else.
So what place are you all in right now?
Probably second.
Oh, okay. So it's getting down to the wire. So you all got a chance to take that first place.
Yes, depending on what they do this next week. Yep.
Okay, well then maybe.
What they do and what we do, we both have to do well.
Maybe I'll come in the sub. Maybe I'll come in the sub and I can get some of that prize money in the last couple of weeks.
In the last 2 weeks, let me get on that.
Yeah. Well,
but
listen,
that's it. Nothing else. What did you do? What was exciting about yours?
Wow. I've been. Okay. Well, I can do okay in the kitchen, but that wasn't the highlight of my week. It's been a really,
speaking
really
of, I'm sorry, sidebar. If anybody made those cookies out there that we did last week, please let us know.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? Somebody pointed out to me that when the cookies got passed digitally through the screen, amazingly, we took our cookies off, but there was none missing on the pan. I don't know.
I know. That's why I was like, yeah. I saw that. But yeah,
we threw the ones, they threw some extra on there. Anyway,
yes.
I want to let you guys know what's going on today. Today, we have a special guest. We don't have artists on often, but when we do, it's special. And today is no different. We are having a special guest who sings that old school gospel. Now, she sings a lot of stuff, but we're going to talk about her latest release, which is that old school feel. So if you are, you grew up in the church, you probably, let's say you 50 and older, you're going to feel this. You're going to love this. Nikki Thomas is with us today, and she's going to come on, talk about her new single. She's going to talk about some other things that she's got going on. Tell us a little bit about her story. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be exciting. in the meantime, I want to let you guys know that remind you that you need to get your comments ready, get your questions ready for Nikki. We're going to be talking about music. We're going to be talking about her authorship, for lack of a better term. So we talk about quite a bit. So get ready for that. And then what else we got going on? I know what it is. It's time for In Other News. Let's get to it.
And now for news you may or may not be able to use. News other than Trump, COVID, or civil unrest. It's In Other News. Live from one of our remote studios, it's news anchor Erica Mack.
I'm laughing at our intro, but
yeah, what studio are you in today?
Right.
And then we got another Erica. We don't want to get them confused. Hello to Erica Hayes, but
right.
Erica Mack, what's in other news?
In other news, LSU fraternity brothers pay off mortgage of house cook 30 years later. So in Louisiana, these fraternity brothers of LSU, they basically had a relationship with their in-house cook, and so one of them kept the relationship. He graduated in 1987. He kept the relationship with the lady who was the cook, and so for years and years, and then he just followed up, and he was checking on her during the pandemic and asked about her children, and her children said, well, this is the only thing that she's still working. And he didn't understand why she was still working. He was like, she should be retired, things like that. And she said she couldn't afford to retire. And so he called all of the fraternity brothers who she had impacted, and from there they did a fundraiser. They raised $51,000.
Wow.
And they paid off the remainder of her mortgage, which was $45,000. And so from that, there was like $6,000 and some change left. They gave her the $6,000 for her, $6,765 for herself.
Wow.
To put in her account. So that is that's just wonderful, because sometimes
awesome.
You don't know that what you're doing. She just made sure that they ate. Had a conversation with them,
I believe the Bible talks about, in the last days, and when it's evil, but there's still going to be people that are going to be really doing a lot of good and things like that. I got to look that up and see where that is, but I believe I read that somewhere.
Yeah, so I mean, hats off to that fraternity and from LSU, from who she served 1982 to 1996. Those boys all the way from there to there. So hats off to them. And our other story, a Texas homeless man gets a job and a fresh start after strangers' act of kindness. And I actually have the clip for this, so go ahead and roll that clip.
Just a few months ago, Kenneth Smith wasn't bussing tables. Instead, he was in the chairs just outside a Fort Worth Outback Steakhouse, hungry and half asleep, when a woman leaving approached him.
She asked me, was I all right? So I told her, no, I'm not okay at this time.
She gave him a gift card that got him dinner and led to a conversation with the manager.
Said, hey, I don't ever want you to want for food or go hungry.
Laura Hodges runs the Bryant Irving Road location and helped feed Smith for a couple months before offering him a job.
I sometimes walk out that door and I glance at them chairs. I be like, man, I used to sit in those chairs.
But Smith still needed help finding a place to stay, so Hodges decided to post on the Fort Worth Foodies Facebook page.
All I was asking for was a recommendation for an affordable motel.
Instead, generous commenters have now paid for 6 weeks at a nearby extended stay hotel and donated more than $2,200 along with a bike, clothing, kitchen items, and groceries.
I had absolutely no idea that people were going to latch onto that, and all they wanted to do was throw assistance out there and resources in any way that they possibly could.
I think it's so much of a good blessing, and it's wonderful. Just to have people, these days there to do things for you.
Smith is now saving up money for a car, then a home, and one day hopes to have his own business.
This is a whole nother new beginning that God blessed me with, so I'm trying to get on this good track that he wants me to stay on.
And it all started with a stranger and a $100 gift card.
Wow.
Yeah, so how awesome was that? You know, so a stranger just said, hey, it never takes a second to just ask somebody how they're doing and if they need help. If you see that person out there that needs help. So that's why I really picked that story.
That is awesome. I like to see, people giving, when they just see somebody in need, not trying to figure out, whether, they're going to use it for the wrong thing, just helping. Sometimes you have to ask person's situation so you can know how to best help them. But, rather than being judgmental, just reaching out and helping them. So, yeah, there's still some good going on in this world, despite all the evil things that are going on and the enemy having his way in certain areas. But we all know how the story ends. We get the victory. God gets the victory. He gets the glory. All right. So in the meantime, we're going to get ready to take this break. Just want to remind you guys to share, reach out to your family, friends. We got Nikki Thomas on the show tonight. In fact, as we get ready to go to this break, I'm just going to give you a little quick sample, just a little teaser of this old school feel. This is the kind of feel you get from back in the day when you had the mamas with the big hats and sitting in front of you and everything, and the deacons would stand up and be like, sing that song, and then you just had an organ playing. That's what this is all about. We're going to be right back in a minute. We're going to hear from Freddie Jackson, too. You're going to see a little skit right after this.
I was seeking for things that could not satisfy. Then I heard.
Listen, I'm here with Freddie Jackson. Of course, he is a legend in the game. I've been listening to him since he came out with all the hits. But, I'm thinking, Freddie, that we can do something together, like a duet, on stage together.
I'm so glad you're thinking about it, but it shall not be done.
But I've been practicing.
And that's good, and practice makes perfect.
You are my lady.
I got a career ahead of me, don't do that. You know what I'm talking about.
I'm going to stick with
the
production.
marquee says Freddie Jackson. I work alone, just one. It's not Ashford and Simpson, it's not Shock and Rufus, it's Freddie Jackson.
Well, I'm going to go get behind cameras.
Do what you got to do. See you later. The nerve.
Hey everybody, Vince Eliot saying thank you for tuning in. Real quick, I wanted to invite you to become partners with us and contribute to our success. Our success is your success. One way that you can do that is by subscribing to our YouTube page, The Vince Eliot. Click on the notification so that you are notified when we go live or upload new content. Secondly, please share this broadcast with your family, friends, contacts, Craig and them, Cud and them, share with everybody. Lastly, you can contribute to the success of the broadcast with a financial contribution of only $1.25 a week, $5 a month, or $60 contribution for the year by using the Cash App information that's on the screen, $ live with Vince Eliot. So thank you for helping us to bring information, education, inspiration, motivation, and yes, a few laughs to the world. Oh. Thank you. Hey everybody, it's Vince Eliot. Listen, if you or someone you know has information, education, inspiration, motivation, even if they can bring the fun and you think they would be a great fit for Live with Vince Eliot, we are always looking for interesting guests with interesting topics, whether they're in the arts or whether they're doing some form of business. We want to hear from you. All you got to do is contact us at thevinceeliot@gmail.com. You never know, you could be our next guest. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Live with Vince Eliot. I am Vince Eliot, and of course, she is
Erica Mack.
Erica Mack. Mack Attack. Well, without further ado, I'm not going to even hold y'all up. I've been waiting to introduce this person who goes by many titles. She claims some of them, but she didn't claim one of them. And one of them that she didn't claim is comedian, and that she is definitely that. So, without further ado, this guest that I'm bringing up, special guest, was born in Detroit, and just at 5 years old, she started her musical career in gospel music. She grew up in humble beginnings in the church, and in fast forward to 2008, her album debut was A Different Kind of Praise. So she flexed her range from gospel to jazz, blues, R&B, neo-soul, even spoken word for all to enjoy. Now, in 2021. Thomas's gospel roots have called her gifts back to center. With the early April release of powerful hymn, Fill My Cup, Nikki sing. I'm sorry. With the early April release of the powerful hymn, Fill My Cup, Nikki sings with just an organ accompanying her, captivating listeners from the lens of a woman seeking solace to and healing in God. Boy, I'm gonna get that straight. All right. So, without further ado,
Solace. That's it.
let me right. Let me get some kind of. I think we need to get like some audience applause ready, because our listeners they are applauding, but you can't really hear them from digitally, right? So we have to just kind of put in. I don't know if I can find it. Okay, here we go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Nikki Thomas. Yeah. Listen to my viewers. They just going crazy.
Oh my God. Oh my God. It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
Welcome to the show, Nikki Thomas.
Hey,
let's see if I get all the titles right. Singer, writer, songwriter, psalmist, comedian, and fiance.
Yes.
Can I say that?
Yes.
Congratulations.
You add that to it. Yes.
Yeah.
You.
How are you? I'm going to give you an opportunity to just, say whatever you want to say to our viewers and go for it.
I am good. God is good. And I am just elated to be here. My first time on the Vince Eliot show or live
That's
with
right.
Vince Eliot. And I'm excited. It's a good time to be alive, even though, we're going through some things, but all is well and God is still good and in control.
Well, we're going
to, we agree.
We're going to get through this. We got a little robotic thing going on with a little freezing, but that happens from time to time when, just based on connectivity issues, but we can hear you, we can see you. And I'm going to let Erica kick off and we want to know, we got questions. So,
let's go for it.
What's up, Erica?
Right. So, hello again. I guess let's just introduce yourself to the viewers, because a lot of times viewers just don't know, and we know we have your bio, but they don't know. So, who is Nikki Thomas?
Mm-hmm.
Nikki Thomas is a born and raised Detroiter. Nikki Thomas is a church girl. I was born and raised in church. I was literally almost born in the church.
Get it to the hospital.
No, Jesus.
Don't do it here. Not here.
Right. Not right here. Not right now.
We just got new carpet. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I had no choice. I was in church from the time I could talk, and just, I've grown up in the church, and I did not know it until I was an adult, but I'm actually a pastor's daughter. And so I'm a preacher's
PK.
kid. Yeah,
PK.
I'm a PK. But even more than that, I'm just a woman. I'm a cancer survivor. I'm a mom.
Wow.
I am a fiance. And I am just a worshiper. I love to worship God. I love to sing his praise. I love to usher people into his presence. And I love to have fun. And so I'm all about the laughs and the healing that comes with laughter.
Let me tell y'all something. I don't know what the year was. I'm going to guess. I'm going to guess that the year was early 2000. It was early 2000. I don't know what year it was, but I'm going to say it was before 2010. And I did a stage production, I think I may have mentioned before, called Praise Power, the gospel variety show for the entire family. And Nikki Thomas was one of the performers, ministers, stars, whatever you want to label you want to use. We had a variety of different things. We had singing, dancing, puppets, all types of stuff going on. And Nikki Thomas got up there, and the mic was never the same when she got off of it. She did her thing, but what stood out in equal with the singing was her comedic. I don't even remember everything you did, but I don't know if it was, I just recall it from the rehearsals or whether I'm sure you did something on stage. But I'm gonna tell you all right there, if you're watching on a replay, you're watching live, whatever. if you need someone in your play, when they open everything back up and we get plays going, you need someone in your play. They got to be able to sing and be. It's a comedy too. The first call you need to make is to Nikki Thomas, because she was going to set it off.
Thank you.
Set it off. Listen, we got to put up your, before the show is out, we're going to start putting up your Instagram and whatever else you have. She's got some comedic skits on those social media. Yeah, she do the old lady and everything else. So just get up there and just get the clowning.
That
anyway,
always makes it better. It makes it better for plays. It makes it better in church, when you see them, because those people come along as well. I
promise you, I get most of my comedy from church.
Oh, yeah. Church is the ultimate comedy central.
The ultimate.
Oh, my goodness. And then when you serve, you see more than sometimes you want to see.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like for you and I who like direct, and when I'm directing, I just be like, okay.
Man, I'm not even gonna go into funerals. We don't even have to bring up funerals, right?
Oh my goodness.
No.
Yeah.
As we bring it back, reel it back in, Nikki, where did your love for singing come from?
It was in my blood, literally in my blood. My dad is a musician. My grandmother was a musician on my father's side. My uncle's a musician, and I was singing at the time that I could talk. I mean, music was always around me, and even the secular music that was around me were singers, Minnie Riperton. I was listening to Denise Williams as a kid. I was listening to all types of good music. Billy Joel, I was listening to The Police. I was listening to, Chuck Mangione. I mean, music has been around me all my life, whether it was gospel or secular music. So I've always mimicked what I heard.
I tried to do that. I mean, I too was listening to music.
I'm gonna leave that alone.
I too was listening to music all my life. My mom was playing Aretha Franklin and James Brown and the Temptations and all that. And
just didn't follow you guys.
Well, I think it did, but it didn't go to that level. I think people didn't appreciate my true gift. That's what it was. As you saw in the clip, Freddie Jackson apparently didn't appreciate it. But I digress.
Right.
So all right. So talk to me about, we talked about the psalmist, the songwriter, and all of that. I want to talk about this author thing. What do you mean you're author? And before you go completely in there, let's talk about the progression of how you came to writing and what you wrote.
So back in 2019, unfortunately, in April of 2019, my brother, Roderick Edwards Jr., people know him as Red Edwards, a brilliant musician in the city and across the country. He has played for some of everybody, the Whitfield Company. He's played for Byron Cage. He's played for a whole lot of other people in this city and on the West Coast. He was music director for Derek Island and the Crew. He's written songs, and he also released a project. He passed away in 2019, and during the course of his passing, while he was in the hospital, we experienced a lot of emotion, obviously, but for the most part, we experienced a healing, like coming together in terms of families kind of being broken and his children coming together and all getting to know each other or reconnecting. And so I experienced a level of healing that I thought was worthy and was kind of like coming full circle from my childhood. And it was at that point that I decided to write about it. And so I started writing a book when he passed away, and I'm still actually writing that book. But in the midst of that opportunity, I started. I was afforded an opportunity to be part of an anthology, and for the anthology specifically, which was just released, I focused on a testimony that I have of healing from ovarian cancer.
Wow. Yeah. That's a lot. That's a lot. So, yeah. So tell us about the book.
So the book that just came out is called Testaments of Survivors, Women Healed and Whole. And this book is full of testimonies. It's about 11 different women of all different backgrounds, and we all have a testimony of healing that we wrote about in this book. It's an anthology, obviously, and it was compiled by Tia Monique. And Tia Monique is the daughter of Lydia Wright Hamilton. Lydia used to sing with the Whitfield Company, and she's a pastor now. She's a wonderful woman. And Tia Monique is her daughter, and Tia is an author. She's a award-winning author, best-selling author, and now she's compiling stories in these volumes of testimonies. Mm-hmm. And so the book is available from all of us. We are all selling the book together. And it's also available on Amazon as well. And it's actually number 9 on Amazon. It debuted at number 9.
Wow.
On Amazon.
That's pretty awesome.
Yes. Yeah.
Wow. Well, congratulations on that.
Thank you.
Yeah. I'm sure that your story, your testimony is going to help a lot of people. And so, and then, so you guys released the book. I'm sorry. Tell me again, you released it when?
Well, it was pre-ordered for since February, but it just actually came in the beginning of April. So I've been mailing out people's books that they pre-ordered for the last 2 weeks now. And everybody else has been mailing theirs out as well. So, and there is like an electronic version as well. If people want to buy the electronic version, it's available.
Okay, maybe we can get that on the screen where people can get the book. Where would you like them to go to get the book?
They can go to my Facebook page and just inbox me. They can go also they can PayPal me, and it's PayPal me TNT Soul LLC. So, or they could just go
Say that again. Say that again.
If they want to PayPal me, it's PayPal.com or PayPal me, and it's TNT Soul SOUL LLC.
So you said two things. You said PayPal.com, and then you said PayPal me. So you got me really messed up.
No, my bad.
What is it?
No, it's PayPal me, I believe.
PayPal me, yes.
Yes, it's PayPal me. Yes.
PayPalme.com /
PayPalme.com
/TNT, whatever it was. I think they got it.
TNT Soul LLC.
Got it. Okay. I think they got it now.
Yeah. So we just
go ahead, Erica. What'd you say?
Oh no, I was gonna say we could just put up her tag and then they could inbox her from one of the social media platforms to get that information too. Because it's like, just PayPal me. Well, what am I PayPaling you for?
Right. Yeah.
It's true.
So yeah.
So talk to me about 2008. Was it that you did your debut? Talk to me about that.
So that was a wonderful project from my pastors at the time, which were Bishop and Pastor Daryl and White Trees Harris. And they sold into the lives of 3 of the members of their praise team. Myself, another young lady named Val Ward, and another young lady named Christina Marie. And all 3 of us, we participated in a live recording where we all supported each other. We sang lead and we sang background at the live recording in 2006. And then from out of that recording, 3 projects were developed. 3 separate projects were developed, and mine was one. Of course, Val and Christina had their own separate projects as well. And that was all of our debut projects. It was beautiful, though. It was a wonderful experience.
I end up actually listening to that, and it just sounded like, I was listening to that album and just the live. I think because you recorded it live, didn't you?
We all recorded about 3 or 4 live songs, and then we went in the studio and finished each other's projects separately. Okay,
so some of the live songs you could really tell how you all was having fun with it and things like that. It was a lot of
so much fun.
Yeah. So I ended up listening to it because I was like 2008, and now we're 13 years later. You put out another song. How is that?
Right.
Well, life happens. I eventually, I have a son. He's 10 years old. So he came not long after. He came in 2011, and So, just life happening, things changing from one thing to another. I was married then I was divorced, and so now I'm engaged again. And just new things happening, and you feel like you're in a new season in your life, and you want to do something different, or you want to go back to the dreams that you left behind.
Yeah.
So that's where I am.
Okay. Now I get it. Yes.
So we heard you do a little acting too.
Yeah, so I was also afforded an opportunity with the wonderful TJ Hemphill and his play Perilous Times. And Perilous Times is a timeless play. I mean, a lot of people have seen it in Detroit and in Georgia, and I'm thinking other parts of the country. But he did it 2017. He did it, I think, for the last time. And, it was an all-star cast. He brought some of the old cast members back from the original production.
Yeah.
And I was able to play the grandma this time. Of course, I love playing old people.
I called it out.
Yeah. But it was so much fun. And it was at the Fisher, and so it was like, wow, I actually was in a play at the Fisher Theater. I mean, that was big. It was huge for me.
That's big. That's big. Yeah.
Have you done any other acting venues or opportunities?
Absolutely. I did another play with TJ Hemphill that was at the one of the local theaters in Southfield, and I believe it's where Triumph Church was having their services at the time.
Yeah, Millennium.
That was with Lisa Page Brooks and a couple other people. And I've also done some plays when I lived for a small time in Georgia. I was in Georgia for 3 years in Atlanta, and I did a play we went on the road with LaShawn Pace, and that was called Come Home. And I didn't play a grandmother in that one though. And I've done some plays here, just local plays that were, around in different little small theaters or small venues. So, but I love doing plays. And I just recently did a Zoom play from our church. All of us were on Zoom. And that was interesting. It was very interesting, but it came off very well, actually. So that was cool.
I like it. That's interesting though, and I gotta see how you fuse all that together.
Yeah, it was interesting.
Well, I tell you what, we're gonna listen to a little bit of this just as we go to break. But if you just joined us, or if you're watching on a replay, we are with Nikki Thomas. She is a singer, songwriter, psalmist, author, comedian, actress. I mean, you just some people say a triple threat. I think you quintuplet threat? That's 6, isn't it? Now Quinn, you know what it is. Five threat. That's what I'm gonna call it, a 5 threat. So yeah, you doing that old school, that yeah, that's what
I'm old school.
That's definitely old school. So listen, we're gonna come back right after this short break, and maybe we can see if we can tighten up a little bit of this connectivity that we got going on. We'll be right back right after this. Hey everybody, Vince Eliot saying thank you for tuning in. Real quick, I wanted to invite you to become partners with us and contribute to our success. Our success is your success. One way that you can do that is by subscribing to our YouTube page, The Vince Eliot. Click on the notification so that you are notified when we go live or upload new content. Secondly, please share this broadcast with your family, friends, contacts, Craig and them, Cud and them. Share with everybody. Lastly, you can contribute to the success of the broadcast with a financial contribution of only $1.25 a week, $5 a month, or $60 contribution for the year by using the Cash App information that's on the screen, $Live with Vince Eliot. So thank you for helping us to bring information, education, inspiration, motivation, and yes, a few laughs to the world. Oh. Thank you.
Greetings, Earthlings and Skirtlings. It's your boy DJ Cut Master Swift with Outkast. You watching Live with Vince Eliot. Peace.
Hey, everybody, it's Vince Eliot. Listen, if you or someone you know has information, education, inspiration, motivation, even if they can bring the funny and you think they would be a great fit for Live with Vince Eliot, we are always looking for interesting guests with interesting topics, whether they're in the arts or whether they're doing some form of business. We want to hear from you. All you got to do is contact us at thevinceeliot@gmail.com. You never know. You could be our next guest. We're back. Yeah. Yeah, we're back with
connection.
yeah, she got some connection going on now. We are back with Nikki Thomas on Live with Vince Eliot. I'm Vince Eliot, of course. She is
Eric.
She likes to say her own name in
the
third
happy
person.
Eric Mack. Yes.
Right. So, you know, we've been talking about all that Nikki is doing, and we saved the best for last. We teased you with it a little bit, and we played snippets of it. And so I'm going to allow Nikki to have the floor and introduce her latest and greatest production and what's going on with it. Nikki, tell us what is happening now in April in addition to the book.
All right. So, in addition to the book, the Lord has allowed me to work with so many beautiful people and so many talented and gifted minstrels here in the city of Detroit. The ones for this single were the incomparable Damian Brown on the organ. And because my brother was not here, I had to be very selective about who I wanted to play behind me on an organ, on a Hammond B3. And I couldn't think of anyone but Damian Brown. And I've been singing with Darius Twyman since 2000. So Darius Twyman was in the studio with me, coaching me as I was going through the recording process. And my personal vocal coach is Shirley Smith, and she is phenomenal. Journey Music Studios. If you're looking for a vocal coach,
shout out to Shirley Smith, you said?
Yes, Shirley Smith, Journey Music Studios. If you're looking for a vocal coach, I promise you will not be disappointed. She worked every single dime and more. And
think she can get me tight?
She can work with you.
Okay, she can work with me.
She can work with you.
She's going to tighten you up.
Yes. I don't know how much tightening you're going to need, but, you know, she can work with you.
She can work with me.
And then we recorded this single with Sean McLean, who is one of the best music engineers. He mixed it, he mastered it, he recorded it, and he did a phenomenal job. And I had to go back to what brings me joy, what brings me out of my own funk, what brings me up after, you know, I feel like, you know, the world is beat down on me or whatever. And so I had to go back to hymns because that's my roots. You know, the Bible says, you know, sing spiritual songs and hymns. And so I went back to the hymn that I can relate to the most. And that is The Woman at the Well, and Fill My Cup is the name of the actual hymn. So, but people usually just sing the chorus and they never really sing the verse. And I want to sing the verse, not just the chorus. And so that's what we did. We recorded Fill My Cup. It is my single. It was released on April the 14th, which is actually Red's birthday, my brother's birthday.
Oh, wow.
And
yeah, that was intentional.
It was very intentional, very intentional. And I am just excited and elated that it is finally out. And it's available on all the digital platforms in terms of music. So iTunes, Amazon, your Spotify, all of those outlets, it's available for you to download and to purchase and to stream. It's on Pandora. So you can look for it anywhere. And I just pray that it blesses people and takes them back to Big Ma's church. You know, when Big Ma was in the kitchen, Big Ma was in the kitchen and, you know, she was going through something, but you knew she was going through, but you knew she was coming out. Because, you know, she could get that prayer through after she sang this hymn. You understand what I'm saying? So, you know, that's what I'm looking forward to, just hearing the testimonies of people who will be uplifted by this music.
That's good. So my producer has a question. She wants to know, you mentioned the voice coach that can work with me. Does she do virtual?
Yes, she is doing virtual. All of her lessons now since the pandemic have become virtual. And she also teaches piano lessons as well, piano and organ lessons as well. But yes, she is available. Journey Music Studios is on Facebook. She's on Facebook. Journey Music is on Facebook. Her name is Shirley Smith. And yes, all her lessons are virtual.
Yeah, we're gonna put her to the real test and see what she can do with me. When I get done, I'm gonna release my single on Tone Deaf Records.
I promise she has a waiting list. She has a waiting list right now. So,
ladies and gentlemen, coming to the stage from Tone Deaf Records, it's Vince Eliot with his new release. You ain't heard nothing like this.
You got that right.
Or can you hear me?
Can you hear me now?
Is the mic on?
Do you want to hear me?
Be like Eddie Murphy, sexy chocolate.
So, do you have anything that's working in the coming future as far as any more singles that you're ready to release, or any other plays or things?
Absolutely. I am working on an EP. I want to release an EP hopefully within the next, before the end of the summer. I want to release an EP, a full EP, and with about at least 4 or 5 more songs. So when my brother started his project, he started a project with an EP of hymns. And so he named it Hymn Chronicles. And so I'm looking to kind of complete what he started in terms of a return to hymns, if you will. And so I'm going to record at least 3 or 4 more, and maybe one other inspirational type song to go with it on the EP. And hopefully I'll be done by the end of the summer.
Oh, okay. So now you said you use Shirley for the coaching. Where are you recording your what studio? Did you say what studio you were recording your songs, your singles and everything?
Sean McLean studio. His name, the studio, I believe, is Magnificent, MAC, Magnificent Studios.
I love that. Yeah, that's good.
Yes.
Yeah, we're giving everybody a shout out, man. Ain't nobody sending no sponsorship money. What is So where
I'm
can
trying
people
to keep it all here in Detroit?
Yeah. So, I mean, are you doing any performance? Well, I guess with the pandemic and everything, that would be a typical question. But right now, so are you doing anything else online, like maybe some performances online or anything?
I have not done any specific performances online, but I do sing with my praise and worship team at my church, which is Embassy Covenant Church International.
Shout
our
out to
bishop
them.
is our bishop is Bishop Hugh Daniel and Pastor Letha Smith, and I do
where's
sing
that?
with them regularly. We are in Walled Lake, which is kind of like borderline Novi, and but we're online. We're online every week, and it's Embassy Metro Detroit online. So if you're looking for us on Facebook, look for Embassy Metro Detroit.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you what, you want to remind everybody, you look at the bottom of the screen there, you see facebook.com/tcake608 and Instagram tcake608. That's where you can go to get more information about Miss Nikki Thomas. And that's where you can, I guess you can get some cakes or something too. You baking cakes?
I actually did bake a cake the other day, but it's all gone.
But no, you ain't. That ain't what it's about.
All gone.
You find out about her single and what else will they learn about you when they go on there? Is there a website? Oh, the book. Yeah.
Oh, hold the book up for us.
Yeah.
Because last time it was grainy, so they couldn't see.
Yeah.
Yes.
Testaments from Survivors, Women Healed and Whole, Volume 2. Yeah, and I see your name down there. Where is it? Nikki.
Right there at the top.
Boom, Nikki Thomas, right there, the third one. Nice.
Yes.
So they can get the book and everything else going to social media. Like I said, is there a website? Is there a website for Nikki Thomas?
No, there's no website for Nikki Thomas just yet, but we're gonna believe God.
You know what I think? I think Nikki Thomas needs some videos to go with her music. That's what I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna put that in the atmosphere too. Come on, G.
Put that out there too, because somebody gonna fund it, and then next thing you know, Nikki gonna pick up. She gonna pick up the phone and be like, "NGP, we
Come on
ready?
over.
Come on over and shoot this video. We got $10 million for you." I received that.
I smell ammonia. I smell ammonia.
Was that your version? Was that your version of speaking in tongues? Tell us. Tell us about. Okay, so now, aside from the play, have you done any other comedic type of ventures at all?
You know, when the pandemic hit last year, I went online a couple times and I just did Facebook Live and, trying to encourage people and make people laugh. And so I did a couple of, funny videos. I did a couple TikTok videos. And it was just me, just kind of being in my element and uplifting myself with humor and just making people laugh. So I do silly stuff like that all the time.
Yeah. So I'm gonna have to check that out. I have seen a couple of your shenanigans on Facebook. I'm gonna have to. I don't think I've seen you on Instagram or TikTok, so I'm gonna have to look those up.
It's a couple of those. It's a couple.
It's the same thing. TCake608 on TikTok.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I'm gonna find you on TikTok and see what's going on there. You're not doing none of those.
That's funny.
Them young girl rump shaker dances or anything like that. You ain't doing that. We ain't gonna see. Okay. I just wanted to make sure we was going.
Mother doing that, like
by the way,
what y'all doing.
By the way, they had one going where you do the. I forgot how it went, but you do that and then you turn and you shake. I mastered that one. I did that one on TikTok. I think it went over really well. I think it went viral. I don't know, but
you said you got a virus. You got a virus.
Okay. I mean, is it viral like 10 or more or something like that views? I think that's yeah. I went, in the words of Mr. Brown, it's gonna go virus. That's what he said. If you watch the Medea farewell play, he always says stuff wrong. It's gonna go virus. Ladies and gentlemen, if you got any questions, you got just a few more minutes to ask whatever questions you want to ask to singer, songwriter, psalmist, comedian, author Nikki Thomas, who was so gracious to join us. I'm going to give you the last word, and if anybody pops in a question, then that's fine. If you're watching on the replay, hit her up on the Facebook.com/TCake608 or Instagram TCake608, or check her out on TikTok, and make sure you go to PayPal and buy the book. Make sure you go to wherever music is sold and you get you some of this.
Download.
Get you some of this. I'm only gonna give you a snippet because you got to pay for the rest.
Like the woman at the well.
Ooh, let me just
download, like it, share it, like it, share it, like it, and share it.
You got the last word, Nikki. Go for it.
Listen, just like the woman at the well, you can be healed too. Just drink living water that Jesus gives.
Amen.
Well, listen, it was good reconnecting with you.
Likewise.
We haven't chatted since the Praise Power, and I just remember the good fun we had and everything, and so good catching up with you. And now I got you back in the forefront of my mind, so I get ready to do another Praise Power or some type of stage production or anything that involves singing or comedy. I'm going to be ringing your phone, so get ready. Who knows? We might be doing something on television, but I'm not going to speak on that just yet. In the meantime, we want you to stick around just for a second backstage, and we will, close the show out, Eric and I.
Okay.
So thank you. We appreciate you.
Thank you.
Thank you for having me. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is all for Nikki Thomas. And another one in the books. Yeah, it started out a little rough. We had a little connection issues. These types of things happen. It happens to the best of them. So we are the best. So I guess it happens to us too. But that's not a slight to anybody else. We're just among some of the best. Yeah, we the best up in cheer. Erica, you heard her. She said that the lady can work with me, get me tightened up. Boom, I'm going to release the single in 2022.
I could see you doing it.
Yeah. I'm just
be
trying to think what's going to be the name. What's going to be the name of my first
hit? It.
Listen, no, I'm going to crank it up. And I'm gonna stick in my range. My range is bass and baritone. Yeah. You know, I'm gonna hit them with a little of that, you know, and that's basically it.
First of all, have you ever sung in a choir?
I have.
Whose choir you sung in?
Listen. I started out singing since I was a little fella. You know what I'm saying? Me and Nikki got something in common. I started young. I grew up in a singing, family that sings.
You was in the Sunshine Band.
The band I was in brought sunshine to people. That's all I'm saying. In the meantime, I can sing. I'm actually kind of versatile. I mean, I didn't want to brag, but since you didn't already brought it in, I can pretty much sing in any range. I really don't need a whole lot of tightening up. I can sing,
Producer has
falsetto.
blacked out the screens.
I can.
Can't take it no more.
I can sing soprano, alto, and tenor, and bass.
Alter.
You know what I'm saying? I can sing it all. And from what I understand, you sing a little bit. Ain't that right?
Some people say that.
Yeah. From what I recall, there was something on your social media where you was singing something. You and your husband were doing the Ike and Tina routine, I think.
Right.
We didn't see the physical part. I hope that part ain't existed, but he was like, "Sing it, Eric. Sing the song."
That's exactly how it happened too.
Because you didn't want to sing it.
Right.
I know you was reluctant.
He's like, "You gonna sing this song today?"
Next thing you know, you was like,
"Right, the people need joy. You gotta go sing this song." I was like, "Fine, dude."
All right. Well, listen, I forgot.
Yeah,
I got to give
great.
I got to give my plug. I want people to make sure that they are supporting the show because we really, really need the support. I'll give you an example. I like to be transparent, sometimes to a fault. For this particular show, with so much going on, we didn't get that promo out like we should have. And, the different shows and the amount of people that watch live versus how many watch on the replay. So we got a lot of followers that, come back and they watch on the replay. But when we don't get that promo out early enough, it shows in our live audience. Now, the number that you see on the screen is not always indicative of how many people are actually watching. I explained that before, how the algorithm works. And sometimes people can watch and you don't necessarily see them get calculated on the screen. But anyway, bottom line is we need your support so we can make sure we're doing everything timely. And we want you to support us through either Cash App, $ Live with Vince Eliot, or you can support us through Zelle at vince@ngpnow.com. And that's all I got, Erica. We want people to give, and we want to make sure, do it while you're thinking about it. Do it now. Don't wait till later because you'll forget. And go ahead and support. And no amount is too small. And definitely what, Erica?
No amount is too large.
All right. So, Erica, you got the last word.
And as always, we like to thank all you viewers for watching us and joining us this evening. Don't forget that, hey, we're nothing without God. And the show is nothing without you. So join us again next Tuesday at 7:55 here on Live with Vince Eliot.
See ya.
Good night.
Peace.